දනු අප දැන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා මුඛ්‍ය දේශනය for the keynote speech.
நிச்சயமாக கிளிஃபர்ட் கூறியது போல ஒரு முக்கிய உரையாற்றுவதற்காக நாங்கள் இந்த மேடைக்கு ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு நபரை அழைக்கப் போகின்றோம். SLTDAயின் முன்னாள் பொது இயக்குனர் மற்றும் நோர்வேக்கான இலங்கை தூதரத்தின் முன்னாள் தலைவர் டாக்டர் விபுல வணிகசேகர அவர்களை மேடைக்கு அழைக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம்.
Now our keynote speaker has many feathers to his cap and a man with a lot of versatility. So talking of his versatile career, where we see him transitioning from the private sector, where he was involved in trading, shipping, and also marketing, to the public sector, that's in tourism, diplomacy, and also academia as well. Well, if we focus his service or involvement in the public sector, he served as a director marketing of the tourist board that was way back in the 1990s and was later seconded to diplomatic service during the time of the late Lakshman Kadirgama, and he became the first and the longest serving head of the diplomatic mission in Norway, with cross posting from Sri Lanka mission in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Then he returns to Sri Lanka as the Chief Executive Officer of the Sri Lanka Convention Bureau, and he serves there for 12 long years, while concurrently holding the position of Director General of the Tourism Development Authority, SLTDA, and also Director of the World Bank Tourism Project in the final 2.5 years before entering full-time academia. Now, as a renowned academist, he currently is a senior lecturer for the Edith Cowan University in Perth and also in Sri Lanka, a business diversifier, and also an author for the Colombo Telegraph, YouTuber, EU wellness expert, meditation coach for tourists, and also he's a Reiki healer as well. He's also a qualified person in Carnatic music. His versatility and talent goes into sports as well. Once a national basketball player for Sri Lanka in the 90s, a volunteer coach for the KC clubs.
These are not merely my words, but the observations. They see the vast potential that lies ahead for tourism industry in Sri Lanka. Secondly, Sri Lanka's recent political transformation, driven by the will of the people, has energized all sectors with a renewed hope for good governance and clear direction. When I see the optimism of the millennials and the Gen Zers here, I believe they are fortunate to witness this change. It's not just tourism and hospitality, but a broader economic and social transformation that is, that is underway. However, as you know, this path requires collective, consistent, and immense effort, along with a strong commitment from everyone involved. And that goes for tourism as well. That being said, whether by coincidence or design, the UNWTO has chosen this year's theme for World Tourism Day as Tourism and Peace. This theme resonates profoundly with Sri Lanka's own history and its current aspirations. It is both timely and relevant given the journey of our nation so far. With that, I will do my best to do justice to my topic within the given period of time, and that is tourism and peace, a global and Sri Lankan perspective. Tourism has long been acknowledged as a powerful instrument for fostering peace. By bringing people from diverse cultures together, it nurtures mutual understanding. Tourism breaks down stereotypes and encourages meaningful dialogue. Therefore, in a world where conflict and division often dominate the global landscape, tourism's role in promoting peace has never been more vital. Globally, tourism acts as a bridge between cultures, allowing individuals to experience different ways of life and fostering cross-cultural understanding and tolerance. Through exchange of ideas and values, tourism helps create a more interconnected world, reducing the likelihood of conflict. We have seen the positive impact of strategic tourism initiatives in countries like Bosnia, Northern Ireland, Colombia, South Africa, and Croatia, where tourism has helped rebuild trust and unity, laying the foundation for lasting peace. Tourism also promotes economic interdependence, driving growth and encouraging peaceful relations between nations. As economies thrive through tourism, governments are more likely to pursue diplomatic solutions to conflicts, thus ensuring stability, which is essential for sustaining the industry. In post-conflict regions, tourism can serve as a catalyst for rebuilding societies, as we have seen in Rwanda and Cambodia. There, tourism rehabilitated both the image and economies of war-torn lands, turning them into thriving tourist destinations. These are models that perfectly illustrate how tourism can serve as a force for peace. There are more historic examples. After the war, the Second World War, Europe used tourism to heal divisions and foster unity. In the Middle East, Jordan is leveraging tourism as part of peace building and positioning themselves as a peaceful, tourism-friendly destination. This is despite the regional unrest. In the Sri Lankan context, we too have a long history. Our conflict lasted nearly 3 decades, yet during that time, tourism was one of the few industries that managed to sustain itself to some extent, as the conflict did not specifically target tourists. As I recall, my time as Director Marketing of the Tourist Board in the 90s, the communication strategies of our industry centered on that limited reality of peace, which brought nearly 500,000 tourists each year despite the ongoing war. During my long tenure as head of the mission in Oslo, under two governments. Part of my responsibility was to facilitate the peace talks in Norway and the Sri Lankan monitoring mission. While opinions may differ on the outcomes of these efforts and the Norwegian involvement, one undeniable result was that the ceasefire led to saving of thousands of lives and an immediate surge in tourism. The signing of the ceasefire agreement in February 2002, which lasted over 5 years, brought a significant boost to tourism, of course with frequent violations. The numbers speak for themselves. 336,000 in 2001, 393,000 in 2002, 500,000 in 2003, 566,000 in 2004, and 549,000 in 2005 with the effects of tsunami. While there are many other factors behind this trend, the truth that was observed ties in closely with our topic that we are talking today. After the war ended in 2009, tourism naturally took off, with visitor numbers peaking at over 2 million. Then came the events in 2019 and thereafter, which are well known. So needless to elaborate that these serve as powerful reminders of the vital link between tourism and peace. With the new government committed to good governance and stability, the future of Sri Lanka's tourism industry looks brighter than ever. The focus now is not merely on increasing tourist numbers, but on improving quality and value. We are in a new era. Travel behavior is fast changing. We are competing with countries that are catering to newly identified market segments that often use AI travel planning. I have a professor who is coming in February from Perth. All he wants me to do is to recommend a chauffeur guide lecturer and book the Ella Odyssey. He sent me the itinerary that he has prepared, and trust me, I can't do it myself. These travelers are well informed and mostly having experienced the locations through the VR Google. Multi-generational and group travel, remote workers, location-independent professionals, global citizens, mobile entrepreneurs, workationers, be-leisure travel, solo female travel, eco-friendly travel, slow travel like Sita Slow model. I saw a hotel in Kandy offering sleep tourism, which usually includes high-quality bedding, soundproof rooms, sleep-conducive lighting, and even pillow menus. Then there is regenerative tourism such as community-centric travel. Over-tourism avoidance. Guys, I hope you are ready to cater to these market segments in innovative ways. Wellness tourism, which I am heavily involved as a practitioner, will play a key role in the future, offering holistic travel and nature escapes. Locations like Rishikesh in Uttarakhand, Uluwatu in Bali, Mount Shasta in California, Koh Phangan, Thailand, foresaw this trend much earlier. Sri Lanka is not far behind. And we have the unique opportunity to show visitors how they can discover inner peace. There's no way you can extend peace to another if you do not have inner peace yourself, in principle, not necessarily spiritually. Back to the topic, tourism can also be a tool for reconciliation. In the north and east of Sri Lanka, where scars of war are still visible, tourism can play a crucial role in healing and empowering communities. I conducted a research some time back, these are titled, Overcoming Cross-Cultural Differences in Post-War Sri Lanka, which focused on the jet wing project in Jaffna. This study, now widely cited academically, is a living example as to how hospitality industry can play a pivotal role in promoting social cohesion and preventing unrest. We should be conscious of that after having gone through the predicaments in the past. Another notable example is the Jaffna International Trade Fair, which we initiated after the war, and at a time the infrastructure was still in disrepair. Yet we recognize the long-term benefits of bringing communities together. The current government's national tourism policy actively fosters peace and harmony by prioritizing regional development and supporting small and medium enterprises, together with the big players who are also committed to this industry with huge investments. The current policy initiatives will not only drive economic growth, but also bridge social divides, contributing to greater unity and understanding among diverse groups, in addition to generating much needed foreign exchange and employment. So, to end this short keynote, those days keynote speeches run for hours, but today time is precious and nobody wants to listen to long speeches, but they want to hear actions. Tourism and peace are indeed two sides of the same coin. Tourism is everyone's business and call for collective effort. With that, the tourism industry can boost the tourism to next level, but also contribute to lasting peace, reconciliation. I repeat, reconciliation and prosperity for all Sri Lankans who deserve to call this country the most sought after destination in Asia within a foreseeable future. Thank you very much.
Dr. Vipula, we would like to kindly request you to remain on stage for a couple of moments. Let's put our hands together and say a big thank you to our keynote speaker, Dr. Vipula Wanigasekera. And we have a token of appreciation that will be presented to you, sir. And to do that, we'd like to invite Mr. S.L. Nazir, the Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Tourism, and Mr. Upali Ratnayaka, Deputy Director General of SLTDA. Gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you on stage, and you'll be collectively presenting a token of appreciation to our keynote speaker.
டாக்டர் விபுல வணிகசேகர அவர்களை பாராட்டி ஒரு ஊக்குவிப்பு சின்னம் அவர்களுக்கு வழங்கப்பட இருக்கிறது. இந்த சின்னம் திரு SL நசீர் அவர்களின் கைகளிலாலும் திரு உபாலி ரத்நாயக அவர்களினுடைய கைகளிலாலும் வழங்கப்பட இருக்கிறது.
So shall we say once again thank you to our keynote speaker, Dr. Vipula Wanigasekera. Couple of moments for our photographers. And we are done. Thank you, gentlemen.